So, hello YouTubers. The more observant among you will probably realise that I'm on a different bike. A little bit of a story behind that. Last Monday I took the Gladius into KC Superbikes to have an MOT done. And I saw this in there. And I told the salesman how much I like the look of it, looked nice. He says, well, do you want us to look at a deal for you? And the trade-in that he gave us on the Gladius, I just couldn't knock it back. You know, he gave us nearly as much as what I paid for the Gladius, so you can't argue with that. So a big shout out to Robin at KC Superbikes for that. So yeah, it's a CB650. And it's quite a nice bike actually. Quite a nice bike. I think it's had a harder life than the Gladius had had, to be honest. Then again, I think most bikes will have had a harder life than the Gladius. The Gladius was immaculate, like. So a totally different bike to the Gladius. Totally different. In fact, when I first got it, and I had a quick ride out here on it, I was doing 35 in 6th gear. Not realising that I'd got into 6th gear. It was absolutely, you know, just not used to four cylinders, I guess. Alright with it now, like. It's a lovely bike. Handles really well. Really, you know, just, you know, confidence inspiring, really. Brakes, you know, seem to work pretty good. So they're not much different to the ones that were on the Gladius. You know, there's no rotary discs or anything like that, or rotary whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about these days, to be honest. Yeah, she does. She moves. She certainly moves. But I don't think she's much more powerful than the, and certainly not low down. But she's not much more powerful than the Gladius. I think the Gladius probably had more to offer low down in the rev range than this has got, even though it's been tuned to give more in the mid range and what have you. Anyway, we're going to have a look at the what's it called? It's the Vulcan. I think it's freezing today. In fact, it's been freezing for a few days now. Wind from the east and all that. Ah, they've locked the gates. They're bastards. They're probably sick of people like me going. Then again, it's pretty late as well, so we'll just have a park here. So I'll get the GoPro out and we'll have a look about her. So there she is in all her glory. I've made a lot of changes. I'll put a picture up of what it was like when I bought it. There's a lot of, you know, there was a lot of differences, but I have tidied it up a bit compared to what it was. God, you see, she's a pretty nice looking bike. Nice white colour, like a pearl colour, pearl white, lovely. All that shine on there. So the things I've done to it so far, I took the original wheel stickers off and I've put those red shiny ones on, which look even nicer in my opinion. The exhaust came with it and it's got a sticker on it that says Yoshimura HRC Honda Racing, and it isn't. It's a company called CSR, that's CS Racing or something like that. I think they're a Brazilian company. It's a nice looking exhaust. Like, jury's still out as far as I'm concerned as to whether I'll put just the normal exhaust on it. It had a tail tidy, or as I call them, tail messes, because they look fucking awful. And I managed to get a standard tail unit for 30 quid off eBay, including the light and the reflector. Thankfully they hadn't put any small indicators on it or anything like that, so the indicators are spot on. Whacked them on, all went on okay. What else have I done to it? Oh, I put the seat cover on it, well, seat cowl should I say, and the under cowl as well, or belly pan if you like. The Givey screen came with it, and I like that from the start, so that's going to stay on that because it's a nice looking screen. It really matches the bike in my opinion. And whatchamacallits, levers, they came with the bike. Jury's out on them as well, to be quite honest, but we'll see what the crack is. And as you can see there is a scratch on there, which is why I think it's had a bit of a harder life than what the Gladius had. Yeah, oh, and it's also got the old R&G crash bungs on there. Not fond of them, but they can stay. Yeah, but she's a nice bike. Nice bike indeed. 2017 model. Oh, that's another thing it's got as well. It's got a fucking brilliant horn. Listen to this. Somebody's popped one of those, whatchamacallits on it. Listen, this baby. Yeah, get out the fucking road. You're excellent. But yeah. But a completely different bike compared to the Gladius. You know, it seems like it's revving a lot higher than what it is. You know, at the moment, to me anyway. You know, with having the V-twin. Like I say, the V-twin's obviously got more power in the mid-range. So I put these reflective stickers on, which was fucking what a job that is, eh? Like, this one went on knee problem, but I haven't got anything to lift the front end up, so I was having to move the around, and there is one or two mistakes on these, but nothing that a man on a galloping horse would notice, you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's the new bike, and like I say, I'm quite happy with her. You know, I'm moving on up, as it were. I'm moving on up. So there you go, lovely bike. Yeah, lovely bike. Yep, all the cows about. So yeah, she's a revvy little number. Very revvy little number, in fact. but she's comfortable. I have to say, she's a comfortable bike to, you know, to sit on and that. And I'm 6 foot odd, plenty of room. The foot pegs are a bit further back than on the Gladius. Not by a great deal, but it just lets everything fall. Well, I was going to say fall to hand there, but fall to foot a little bit better. It doesn't have a gear indicator, and I never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually missing the gear indicator that was on the Gladius. It was kind of useful, you know what I mean. So I'll have to get back to how she, you know, get used to how she feels in a certain gear at certain revs and what have you. And she's a nice bike to ride for sure. The little pops that that exhaust makes, Jesus. Wouldn't surprise if it's spitting out flames as well. What a noise, like. And handling wise, it is better than the Gladius for sure. You know what I mean? It's telepathic. You know, it just goes around the corners. And I'm not a great rider. I'm not. You know, I'm still a bit dubious in the corners, but this is quite inspiring. This. I was looking for another gear there. So 6,000 revs, about 80 mile an hour, which isn't bad I suppose. You know, on the motorway, 70 mile an hour, 80 mile an hour. But it does feel like it's racing, you know. At the moment, no it isn't, you know, it's only doing, like I say, about 5,500, 6,000 revs. Just what you're used to, I suppose. Like I haven't had, in fact, I've never had an inline 4 in my life. I've had a V4, but I've never had an inline 4. So it's a bit of an experience. Suspension, yeah, I can feel the bumps. You know what I mean? It's just in like there's no adjustment on the front, but the rear shock, the preload, it's just set to 3, which is the factory setting for it. And it seems okay, to be quite honest. You know, on the Gladius I pumped that up to 4, but on this I don't feel the need to be honest. Yeah, it's a nice riding position. It is. It's semi-sporty, I suppose, would be what you would call it. Slow it down, Mark. Slow it down, son. But yeah, it's a nice bike. I'm very happy with it. I'll talk a bit more about it some other time. I just want to get home at the moment. So if you've been watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. And stay safe out there. Adios.